Okay, welcome back. And now we have somebody who has joined us to look at the paper this morning. He is Mr. Mike Obimeze. Mr. Mike Obimeze is our public affairs analyst. We welcome you to our Good Morning Anambra studios this morning.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome after a long time.
Thank you. Good morning.
You're welcome.
All right.
Good to be back.
And let's start with the stories making round in
ABS website.
Yes. Let's go.
Okay. Think Home Philosophy, AIPA embarks on medical outreach youth empowerment programs. Ogide community celebrates Nwafo festival. Parents advised to instill fire safety consciousness in children. Obiano seeks federal government compensation to 2012 flood victims as NEMA visits Anambra State. Will you start from the top or from the bottom?
Let's start from the bottom. Obiano seeks compensation to 2012 flood victims.
Okay. It's like the compensation has been overdue.
Long overdue. It's an embarrassment, really. It should be an embarrassment to the nation that almost 10 years down the line, we're still talking about something that happened in 2012. Some of these people who were affected, some may have died.
Yes.
Some, their families would have been put into circumstances that ordinarily, if they had immediate help, they would have rebounded by now and would be doing well. It's not a very good thing to say about our country, quite honestly. But having said that, I hope that NEMA and the federal government will speed up action and make sure that this matter is settled before the end of this year.
Especially now that we are entering another
flood season. And the Met
yes.
has already warned that about 14 communities in Anambra State
Will be affected.
Be affected by flood. So we don't want to add that of 2018 to 2012.
Yes.
So the earlier this matter is rested, the better.
Okay. The medical outreach youth empowerment program organized recently by Irish partners, it's like it's yielding positive results because youths are being empowered.
Yes, it's yielding positive results. It's some of the kind of things that we want to hear every day. Humanity trying to be human. People trying to help others and pull others up. Apart from the fact that we are looking at taking medical health to people who normally will not have had the opportunity because of lack of funds or one reason or the other. There is also the fact that our people are learning, the local people are learning. Knowledge and experience and expertise are being imparted on the local people. So it goes beyond just, for 3 weeks, 1 month, offering medical assistance to people.
Okay, quickly, the fire safety consciousness in children, parents advised.
Very important. Very, very important, particularly these days when children do not have much time to do lots of experiments as we did in our days to learn. In a manner of speaking, children of this generation are not streetwise.
I see. Okay, let's move ahead now. Let's look at the papers, and then Sun is the first paper we have in our hands today.
The banner headline says, Day of Impeachment. With the rider, 8 lawmakers attempt to remove Benue governor. Imo Assembly impeaches deputy governor, clears Ekenze as replacement. Kano speaker loses seat, new one elected. Up there we have Ekweremadu exposes plot against him. And down there on the right, Benue, Saraki, Dogara, Southern Middle Belt Forum, furious over autumn's travels. Nigeria's killing Nigerians in South Africa, FG. Again, U.S. demands trial of people behind killings in Nigeria. Shall we start with impeachment?
Yes.
Of impeachment.
It is finished around everywhere now.
This impeachment issue is very worrying. It will not be worrying if we follow due process. The Constitution, there's requirements in the Constitution before a governor or deputy governor or president, a public office holder can be impeached. If you take Imo, for instance, the notice of impeachment supposedly served on the deputy governor. It's not up to 1 week, and you have impeached him. It doesn't. Okay? Benue State.
It's not just because it's not up to 1 week.
Yeah.
There's a cut injection
Yes.
restricting them from doing that.
Exactly.
And then they disobeyed the court orders and went ahead. That is where my fear is.
Funny, you know, it's like a comedy of the assault, if you like. Benue State, you have over 20 legislators. 8 of them come together. The rules, you know, the requirements are there.
That there must be majority.
There must be majority.
Carried out.
First and foremost, 8 does not make 1/3, and 1/3 is not majority. 8 people come together.
Though the speaker is saying that there are 12, not 8.
Okay, even 12.
Out of 30.
It's laughable, actually.
It's laughable, but we know we have experienced this in the past, where minorities are impeaching.
Yes, but we are supposed to be getting better.
Politics Nigeriana.
This year we are seeing absurdities. It's like we have learned nothing from our past. We're doing even worse than we had experienced in the past. That if care is not taken, if care is not taken.
Could it be why Saraki, Dogara, and Sado Middle Belt furious over autumn's travels?
Yes.
Because they are really not comfortable.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, people, I know some people would say, yes, Saraki is involved, but things need to be done properly. Things need to be done properly. The signs are, you know, the omens are very bad if we continue this way.
Okay, we're still going to meet that, but let's quickly look at this before we move ahead. Again, U.S. demands trial of people behind killings in Nigeria. How long are they going to demand this? And do you see that trial coming?
Very important that a country that, like the United States of America, is insisting that we have to try those behind those killings. Yes, we didn't need U.S. to tell us. If the Nigerian leadership is up to its promise, the oath that the president swore when he was sworn in, nobody needed to tell him that these people ought to be brought to book. But it's a good thing that USA is weighing in now. And, you know, if Nigeria does not act, probably not before long there will be sanctions.
Okay, we would like to inform you that you can still call in and participate in what we are discussing today. That's looking at the newspapers. As we'll take the second paper now, which is Daily Times.
Daily Times. What do we have there in Daily Times? The banner headline says, how Governor Autumn diverted 29 billion naira from Benue, EFCC reporting. The writer there says agency begins probe of 21 assembly members on 375 money laundering. We welcome probe devoid of political winch hunt, Autumn spokesman here is saying. Drama, reactions trail impeachment notice against governor by 8 members. Up there we have NAPTIB launches airport IPP to fight human traffickers. Okay, down there, despite court order, Imo Assembly impeaches Madumere. Nigeria.
We've seen that one.
Okay, we've seen that one. Nigerian routes will be one of the 20 safest in the world by 2020. FRHC.
Sure, they're not talking about Anambra routes. Of course, Anambra is in Nigeria. Let's look at the DSS, EFCC business with Autumn, and everybody is asking one single question. How come we have not heard this before Autumn's defection?
All this time,
you know?
Is
it the same business of running after your perceived political enemies?
It is difficult to convince any objective person that EFCC coming up with any charge at all against Governor Autumn has nothing to do with his defection. All right? He's been there 3 years. going to 4.
And nobody talked about
EFCC
it.
never knew that there was 1 billion. He didn't, if he at all, he did anything. He didn't take 29 billion naira in one day. Neither did he take it between last week and now. When
the impeachment took place.
It's not, you don't expect us to believe. You know, people have been saying long before now that this so-called fight against corruption is selective. And it's becoming obvious. They are throwing it on our faces. They are throwing it at our faces now. That this fight against corruption.
They don't even care how you feel about it.
Exactly.
That's where it bothers us a lot.
Yes.
Okay. At least they would have waited for these things to sing and then.
That is why.
Just last week he defected, and this week you are
this week,
him.
He has now become a sinner. Before now, he was a saint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the Punch newspapers.
Punch newspaper. What do we have there?
Okay, it's already there.
Saraki Dogara condemned 8 lawmakers' plot to impeach Autumn. Down there we have EFCC accuses Benue governor of 22 billion naira fraud. What else do we have there? We have
stories up here.
Up there.
Imo lawmakers sacked dictator. We have seen that one. Adamu attacking me. To save self from EFCC. Senate President Saraki is saying that. And then APC National Working Committee dissolves Kwara School is what we have here with the picture of their chairman, Shemole, very close to that story. Okay.
So.
Okay, defections not bothering me, says Buhari, is what we have down the side of Punch newspaper. And then Plateau killings, a man who saved 300 Christians to get national honor. Okay, that's all. Let's let's see what we'll look.
I think the last story headline you read, a man who saved 300 Christians, that's something worth celebrating. Getting that, being honored, I think, is something that we should talk about instead of all these negative stories that don't make sense.
Especially that is coming from an imam.
Yes, an imam who's supposedly one of those who should be killing,
fanning the whatever,
getting some Christians together and saving them. It's that's the sort of story I would like to see on headlines. Not some of these absurdities that we are
seeing. And is it true that defection of people, mass exodus of people from APC to PDP may not be bothering the president?
It is not true. We can see it. We see it all over. EFCC, it's difficult for you to convince anybody that EFCC is not acting on the direction of the presidency. All right? All those, even the impeachments. The whole thing is funny. Look at Imo State. Rogers, that was almost as good as politically dead as you could think about, suddenly wakes up because the presidency gave him all the powers. There were court rulings on the congresses, APC congresses. Suddenly, but Rogers bounces back. These illegalities cannot lead us to legality. They will only lead to the destruction of the Nigerian social system.
I like that quotation. Let's go back to another one, Nigerian Tribune. And what we have there is Banner Headliner saying, replay of Ladoja's impeachment. 8 Benue lawmakers suspend, 15 others served notice in autumn. The same thing we are talking about. It's like it appeared in all the papers. Okay, down there we have APC backs Lai Mohammed dissolves Kwara School. 20 Obas restore Olubadan's allowances. Local government director commits suicide in Ekiti. Okay, so let's take dissolving Kwara State School.
Those are the absurdities and illegalities that we talk about. What is Lai Mohammed's position in APC setup? He's just a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It's similar to what we read a couple of days ago of the chairman of APC issuing a query to a serving minister. There is no relationship. The chairman we are not operating a parliamentary system of government. Alhaji Lai Mohammed has no business dissolving the Kwara APC. We know what it's all about, because Saraki controls the Kwara APC machinery. So they want to, chase those people away and install an executive that will be
loyal to APC. Okay,
yeah.
before we go,
yeah.
The languages impeachment,
yeah.
Whereby minority impeached him.
Yeah.
Do you see it coming in Benue State? And then, what is the position of the law? What's the position of the judiciary?
Of course, autumn is almost as good as gone.
Is almost as good as
it's almost as good.
And if he
as
goes
gone.
to court.
If he goes to court, the matter will be in court. The 2019 elections will take place.
All right, thank you very much. Let's look at Guardian newspaper.
Okay, Guardian newspaper, well, still have the same impeachment stuff, but let's go down there. What we see there is EFCC arraigned 3 INEC officials for allegedly laundering 180 million naira. And then down there we have NAPTIP convicted 359 human traffickers in 15 years, rescued 3,500 from Libya. Can we just take this too?
Yeah, the human trafficking issue is a very serious challenge.
Yeah, it is.
Indeed, I worry about the term human trafficking, because you find that most of these people on their own try to get out of this country. So you can't say that they are being trafficked. I don't know if you understand. It's not
but I think the issue is on those who are doing it as business.
Take
them there, use it for whatever.
Well, they may not really be on there based on what they were told.
Yeah.
Okay, if you stayed around for 8 years, you don't have a job, and somebody promised you a job and a better life out there, and then lured you out, only to discover that you are just going out to be a prostitute in the case of a woman, and then the men losing their organs, and so on, so many things.
I think that if the answer is that a lot of people are unaware of the fact that they are going out to suffer,
I see,
or they are going out to be used, we should, as much as possible, spread this message.
And that's exactly what we intend to do.
For people to know that the grass is not usually greener.
Yes.
Maybe that's why they rescued about 3,500.
Yes, I'm impressed. I'm impressed by the number.
Okay,
I'm impressed by the number.
Thank you. We are running out of time, please. Thank you. We just have to go. Thank you very much, Mr. Mike Obimeze, Public Affairs Analyst. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's been nice being with you.
Shall we join us some other time? Thank you.
I look forward to your invitation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. All right, stand by now as we bring you the next segment.